you have to do is hit live.
Mhm. As soon as I'm live on YouTube, I'll do it.
Yeah. Tapping in weekly guided meditations. Tune in tapping.
Hey, everyone out there in Brain Tap Nation. This is Dr. Patrick Porter coming to you live from New Bern, North Carolina. And today we're talking about eliminating fear and staying positive. And what we're talking about that. When you look at the brain tapping sessions and what we do, neuroscience tells us how we represent things in our mind either makes things more fear-based or makes things more joyful and healthy. So when you think about your brain and how you process information, there's a disconnect between when somebody says, I'm manifesting or I'm creating my reality. A lot of people will actually focus on the negative. And when they're focusing on the negative, like they'll say, I don't want this or I don't want that, or they talk about how they're doing something like, for instance, they might say, I'm eating this way so I don't get sick. And then when they get sick, they wonder, what's going on here? Why did they get sick? Well, the key reason is that they were focusing too much on the negative and not anything on the positive. So when you're thinking about those positives and negatives, the biggest key here is our brain is electrical. So as we think thoughts in our brain, that those electrical impulses are very minor. So when you think about electrical, that's why if we're going to measure the brain or do what we call a brain map, we have to go ahead and put pieces right on your brain here, the electrodes right here, so we can measure the different brainwave activity that's very low. But if we really want to engage the brain and really manifest things quicker or bring things about in a more powerful way, we need to engage our emotion. And some of you have heard me say this before that people like heart math and people doing coherency work with the brain heart connection, we have this brain, remember, it has 40,000 neurocells. We need to first tune the heart, then we can tune the brain. If we tune the brain first, the heart might not follow. The heart is most important. That's why there's all these heart-centered meditations and so important. Like when I was in India speaking in front of the Heartfelt Meditation Group on the science of meditation, 25,000 people in the hall, and they all do a meditation based on the heart. We're going to do that a little bit today, but I want to focus on how we change the structure of thoughts in our mind and how we empower them with our emotion, because we need to get the thought past our limbic brain down into our physiology, and that our physiology is magnetic in nature. So we can measure heart rate or the emotional field of our body up to 18 feet away. So that means when you walk up to somebody and you feel them or you get a vibe, you say, wow, I get a good vibe from that person or I get a bad vibe, you're picking up on the emotional field. And this can be measured from up to 18 feet away. In fact, 2 years ago, we were at Dr. Oz and we brought with us a group that has a camera that can actually put in the corner of the room. Like if they were over there, that camera could point down at a bed like an infant and it could measure heart rate variability even through blankets up to 18 feet away, because that's how far even a child's magnetic field resonates. So the first thing we need to do today when we do our meditation is we want to tune in, settle into our field. We all have a field of energy around us. Once that field of energy is calmed down and relaxed, then we can begin to project thoughts into the field. And those thoughts then bring about the reality that we're going to experience, because what we put our attention on, that's where our energy goes. And our energy goes into creating and manifesting those relationships, those connections, and the results. And today we're talking more about emotions. Fear, you'll hear it called false evidence appearing real. Whatever you want to think about it, fear typically basically is one of the biggest deterrents to enlightenment or to human growth, because people are afraid that they're going to be less than they were when they started. So let's start first by going through the meditation here. We're going to start in just a moment. For those that haven't followed along with us in the weeks past, what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide you through a process here, about 10 minutes. We're going to teach you some of the programs. Now, of course, if you have the brain tapping program, then you can go into the app and you can find the one that's about eliminating fear and staying positive. So as we think about staying positive, there's a difference between being a Pollyanna positive and being positive in intent. There's a saying about prayer too. We don't pray to God or to the universal source to avoid conflict, we pray that we'll be able to handle it and move through it and grow through it. So as you think about what it is that you want to do and how you want to do it, what I'd like you to do right now is just focus on the moment. In this moment in time, you have the opportunity to create a change in the field. And that field is when you walk up and you meet people, or when you're by yourself, that energy field is there, and we're always adapting to that field of energy. So let's begin by first closing our eyes. Remember, when you close your eyes without the use of like a device, like a brain tapping program or whatever, in if I can get, can you play a little music in the background? My assistant here. As we play the brain tapping music in the background, we'll have some of uh, the music to guide you. You can use any Baroque kind of classical music. But as you begin to hear the music in the background, what I want you to do is just close your eyes down, become aware of your breathing, and begin to breathe in deeply. And then hold that breath. As you breathe in, holding that breath, study the tension that happens as you hold that breath, and then let the breath out slowly. Just let it go. As you let the breath out slowly, just as long as you can, when you get to the end of that breath, start another breath in. Breathe in as deeply as possible. Hold that breath, study the tension, and then let the breath go. When practicing these meditations on your own, you can sit quietly and simply measure your breathing. You can breathe in 7 to 8 count, hold for 4 to 5 count, breathe out for 4 to 5 count. Whatever works for you, simply begin a rhythmic, natural breathing. This breathing process will allow you to tune into your body. As you tune into your body, I want you to become aware of your body's sensations and feelings. Become aware if you're any tension in the feet or the ankles. Are you feeling any stress or tension in the legs and the hips? If you are, then what I want you to do is focus on those areas where you're feeling any tension, any of the tightness in the body. And as you focus on those areas, notice as you breathe in mentally in your mind, breathe into that area, the oxygen. Breathe out the stress and tension. Let it go. And as you begin to breathe out the stress and tension, become less and less concerned with your body here, listening to my voice, and become more and more aware of your mind. It is, after all, in the hallways of your mind where infinite change can occur. From the realm of illumined truth, it is said that what you visualize and realize, you're going to begin to experience upon awakening. So if your mind can conceive it and believe it, unseen forces are going to help you to achieve it. So rest assured, as you calm down the body, slowing down your heart rate, tuning in now as the torso of the body relaxes, the shoulders, lifting the weight of today's experiences. Just let those experiences go. And focus ever so slowly now on releasing that tension as the neck and the head area relaxes, and you let go of the physical body, and you begin to walk in your mind. And for today's meditation relaxation program, what I want you to do is imagine with me that you're walking down a sidewalk. And as you're walking down the sidewalk, you notice that there's a pep in your step. You have energy, your shoulders are rolled back. Your chin's rolled upward because you know that something wonderful is about to happen. And as you turn the corner, walking down the street in your mind, you notice there's a movie theater. And over there on the movie theater, you notice on the marquee that there's your name. It's up in lights. And it's your name talking about something positive that's going to happen through you. So it could be Patrick's new job, whatever you want to think about, your new car, your new home, your new relationship. Whatever it is, I want you to think of it as if it's already happened and there's been a movie produced about it. You don't have to worry about how it was produced, who produced it, but the greatest minds in Hollywood have put together a movie, and you can see the movie poster. It's got an image of you smiling. It's got your family, your friends, your coworkers. They're all part of the movie, and you're the lead actor. And as you make your way into the theater, they all know you. After all, the movie is about you. They show you your way into the theater. This is the deep theater in your own mind. Because deep inside, if you don't mind, you're going to activate your creative mind. You have a creative mind. And today, as you unlock the forces of thought, the positive thoughts that resonate from the deepest resources of your own mind, what I want you to do is find the most comfortable spot in the theater. And as you find your way to that seat, you settle back, take a deep breath in. As you let the breath out with a sigh, your body is absorbed by the seat that you're resting by. And as you're sitting in that seat, you look out in the movie theater and you see the screen, and there's an image of you, just like you are now, relaxed and comfortable, your eyes comfortably closed. And while you're sitting in the theater watching yourself on the screen, you drift back into the projection booth. So take a deep breath in and imagine that your mind is floating back to the projection booth where you can see out the window. You can look at yourself sitting in the seat, watching yourself on the screen. So in neuroscience, we call this double disassociation. And from here, you can see the movie is queued up. It's ready to roll. And all you need to do is reach out in your mind and with your thoughts and start the movie. And what I want you to do is stay in the projection booth where you can watch yourself in the seat, watching yourself on the screen. Move through 24 hours in your life, 6 months from today, and you've worked everything out. If there's a problem in your life, you begin to dream of solutions. Just as day follows the night, you simply found yourself solving your everyday problems with solutions that are just as immediate, but far more appropriate for you. And as you watch yourself, watching yourself on the screen, you move from that one day to a week, to a month. You take all the time you need to get to 1 month of demonstrating those new skills, demonstrating those new resources, demonstrating those abilities that are going to command within you the ability to eliminate all negative thoughts, all negative concepts, all negative beliefs, and you can stay positive. And when you're there 1 month into the future, and you're there doing something you truly enjoy, and you have that feeling of flow, your shoulders rolled back and chin rolled upward, smiling, I want you to jump from the projection booth into the movie. So imagine with me now that you're in the movie and you're seeing through your eyes. It's all happened for you. You're hearing through your ears. You've discovered new sensations and feelings. And from here, I want you to notice as you look, see, experience, smell, taste, all of that's there. The more real you can make this future experience, the easier it will be for you to make a pathway of action to get there. For as you manifest into your mind first, it changes your thoughts. It restructures your habits and behaviors and helps you to create the future you hold in consciousness. So using all of the quantum principles, imagine you could run the whole thing in reverse, bringing that future sensation, that future feeling of certainty, that awareness that tells you you can and you will accomplish your personal goals. Imagine you could run it all in reverse. As if you're running the movie in reverse, I want you to bring all of those sensations, all those feelings of time. Let it roll in your mind all the way back until you feel it in your heart now. And when you've reversed it all into your heart now, and it's there, tune into your heart just for a moment. In the quietness between the tick and the tock of the clock, become aware of the rhythmic, natural action of your heart. Now, I mention your heart because it is controlled by the other than conscious part of your mind. That's the part of your mind that's listening to my voice, following through with each suggestion, and helping you to visualize and then realize your loftiest goals. So allow that feeling to resonate as a liquid, just as the blood flows freely through your blood vessels, out to the tips of the fingers, to the ends of the toes, to the top of the head. Imagine this energy, this glowing energy, this positive nature that resonates in, through, and around you, enlightening you, burning away all negative thoughts, all negative concepts, all negative beliefs that have ever stopped you from moving through your experience with the joy, the happiness, and the love to accomplish your goals. And with that feeling in mind, that sensation there, notice how you would take that same sensation, that same feeling, and if you were to watch this whole movie again, knowing with certainty, with 100% assuredness, that you could accomplish the goal, you could make it through what's happening now in the coronavirus, building your relationships with family, friends, coworkers, building the type of work life and personal life, building the relationships that you really want because you're building the relationship with yourself, making peace with your past by producing a plan for your future. And with this future plan in mind, all you need do is remember moments ago when you closed your eyes and started this meditation. You started by walking into the theater of your own mind. From there, if you don't mind, you found the most comfortable seat that you could sit down in. And you can remember that feeling now. And because you've done it once, your powerful inner mind can do it once again. And with this new thought, this new idea, you look out at the movie projected onto the screen just before it begins. You drift back into the movie theater, into the projection box, where you start the movie. This time, in the same way, when you watch a movie twice, you notice new and different things. You notice how easy it is for you to smile, how natural it is for you to achieve, and how success follows you just as easily as day follows the night. And as you breathe through the process, you once again get to that day, that day in the future where you've done it. From here, it's most important that you jump into the movie. You begin to breathe the way you're going to be breathing on that day, as if it's happening right now. Imagine the smells and tastes surrounding you. Imagine being there. From here, my voice is going to pause. What I want you to do is simply spend some time in your future, exploring the vastness of your mind's potential. And when you next hear my voice, it will only cause you to become more relaxed and more comfortable with the idea of using the powerful mind that you've been given to accomplish the goals you want in your life. Go ahead now and take a deep breath in. Again, holding that breath and evaluating the sensations and feelings in your body. Evaluate those sensations and feelings and know that this is only one level of relaxation. Just a little bit more. Become aware of the sensations and feelings. Become aware of your relaxation. The deeper you can relax, the easier it will be for you to activate the powerful resources of your own mind. So from here, if you don't mind, I want you to slowly return back to your room. Wherever you're listening to this, slowly come back, but come back only as slowly as you can bring back the sensations, the feelings, and the acceptance that what your mind can conceive and believe, you can actively achieve. And when you're ready to feel that good and even better, and practice and rehearse this so it's as natural to you as breathing, as unconscious as your heartbeat, just take 3 deep cleansing breaths. And on the third breath, as you exhale it out, simply say to yourself, wide awake, wide awake. feeling fine and in perfect health, feeling better than ever before. And then, mentally now or physically, give a smile to the room. Even if no one else is there, just smile to the universe and let the universe smile back because it's going to reflect to you what you have. So when you change your physiology, you change your psychology because when you feel good, you think proper thoughts, positive and dynamic thoughts. So again, today, when you start to feel any negative emotion, all negative emotions are stuck states. There's no flow and there's no breathing. So I'm going to encourage you throughout the day, if a negative thought starts to come up, instantly just shift your attention to your breathing, practice a few deep breathing methods. And what will happen eventually is your brain will say, hey, wow, I notice every time I start to feel bad or negative, my body wants to breathe. And once what will happen is as you start to breathe deeper and better, then you're going to find that you're going to release those negative thought forms that are there because they're actual circuits. Those circuits run programs. So if we can eliminate the negative circuits and programs, or basically unplug them, just like you would if you had something you didn't want played in your room, you could unplug it. It doesn't matter how many times you want it on. If there's no energy there, it's not going to play. We want you to stop giving energy to the negative thoughts, concepts, and beliefs. And remember, if you're not part of the BrainTap family right now, you can go right now, get the app and try this with your earphones and use the algorithms we have to help you to go even deeper. And we have a 30-day program right now. It's called GoBrainTap.com. You just go to www.gobraintap.com. It's totally free, no credit card necessary, especially during this time right now. We're recommending that each morning you do an AM program or a wake up session to wake up the brain. We have afternoon sessions for rebooting the brain, and we have evening sessions that put the brain to sleep. So you can train your brain in whatever conditions. Now, if you're an athlete or you're doing workouts, we have really great sessions for after your workout to help with recovery. You've probably seen here on Instagram or in other places where we have our UFC fighters, our MMA fighters, our world boxing champions. They're using this in our Olympic athletes. They're using BrainTap to recover and rejuvenate. And they have the headset, which you can go on to YouTube and see if you just put in hashtag BrainTap to see that. So I want to thank you for being with me this Wednesday. And please like, share, tell your family, your friends, anyone that you feel could benefit from doing a meditation. That we're going to be doing this Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, a new meditation each week. So please spread the word. Let's keep helping people bring down the stress levels of our country and the world and help everyone to be level-headed and get the most joy, the most happiness, the most health out of their life. So I want to thank you again, coming from BrainTap headquarters here in New Bern, North Carolina. Hoping everyone has a very joyful week, and hopefully you're recovering from being shut in and you're ready to get out there and start shouting at the sun and start living the life you were destined to live. So again, thank you for being with me. Go BrainTap, go share this, and we look forward to hearing about all your successes. Thank you.